Hi everyone, and welcome to Reconnective Healing Global Awareness Day. You know, I want to give you a message, and so I was thinking, and I put some words down on paper. No one is likely to outdo Martin Luther King's iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. Just as no one is likely to outdo Etta James' quintessential version of the song "At Last," or Patsy Cline singing "Crazy." And yet we all have our dreams. We all have our at last moments. We all have our crazy for loving you memories. Equally beautiful, equally exquisite. And we each day, each and every one of us, have our own unique ways of sharing and expressing these experiences. I don't know whether it makes the most sense for me to say that I too have a dream, or whether it's more accurate to explain that from the very beginning, the dream had me. It was my dream. It was my at last. And on more than one occasion, much more than one occasion, it was my crazy. I have a dream. A dream that we each come together with another person, share reconnective healing within its expansive field of energy, light, and information, and become one with that person, one with the universal intelligence, one with the quantum field of infinite potential, one with, call it God, call it love, call it what you will. Creating and igniting the power of three and allowing it to vibrate as a greater power of one. The reunification of humanity the physical with humanity the spiritual. The reunification of humanity the four-dimensional with humanity the multidimensional. In this process, we cohere with another being. We become one. We recognize and experience universality together in that moment. We observe, we feel, we listen, we hear. One might say we cohere. We cohere as we cohere. Cohere and see. Why is reconnective healing life progress? Because reconnective healing accesses the part of our wholeness, accesses the part of our wholeness that remembers that we exist everywhere. What we reclaim with the gift of wholeness is not something from childhood or a previous life. It's the supernatural essence of ourselves, outside of time, outside of space. The interconnectedness, the organization, the resonance, the communication, the universal intelligence, our collective holiness, our collective oneness, a unity. Many people live their lives wondering what their purpose may be. I believe we are very fortunate when we discover our life's purpose. And more than fortunate when we are brave enough to choose to live this purpose. Yesterday, starting in Australia at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we began sharing the global reconnective healing footprint, representing the emerging life progress that has been unfolding over the last 2 decades onto our planet through reconnective healing and the reconnection. For this, I am all that I am, and the dream in which we recognize that many of the truths we believe, the truths we've always known, aren't really truths at all. A dream in which we recognize that we are not of time. A dream in which we recognize that the true gifts of our steps come only once we transcend these steps. A dream in which we recognize that many of our belief systems exist as apparent contradictions, allowing us to finally see that everything is touching and nothing is touching. Everyone is touching and no one is touching. A dream in which, even as this may shake our egoic, should that be a word, identity, we are perfectly at ease with the understanding that everyone is special, and therefore no one is special. A dream in which we welcome the question, what then do we really know anymore? Reconnective healing is a comprehensive approach to life progress. It moves us without any required belief in it. Reconnective healing doesn't care whether we believe in it at all. It propels us into the collective victory of human evolutionary consciousness. And it begins with our life progress, freeing us from the perceptions of fear or safety that we have falsely constructed and fiercely defended around the concept and the illusion of knowledge, and leaves that behind as we enter into warp drive and suddenly find ourselves existing instead in an ever-expanding, ever-empowering state of knowingness. And yet, funny as it may seem, it is knowledge that is freeing us from its very illusion. I'll repeat that. It is knowledge that is freeing us from the very illusion of knowledge and leading us into the consciousness of knowingness. Yet another seeming contradiction. And yet, we discover an immediate recognition that opens the doorway and training us, our physical bodies, to, with, by, and for this embodiment. Reconnective healing is a cellular recognition and an awareness of our whole existence and life progress, this most dynamic entrainment occurring via energy, light, and information, formed through a vibration at the highest level of coherence. I have a dream. I have a dream that my dream isn't just a dream, but instead is a reality being realized by each and every one of you around the globe every day. Reconnective healing is not in a location, nor in yet another ritual, nor does it lie in the latest, greatest technique. It's in us. It's in each and every one of us, and it will always be in us, solely and solely, once we interact and entrain with it. there are times when we will allow ourselves to see that. Times when we may not, and times when we will again. It's not that it comes and goes. It's that, in a sense, we do. It is always there. It is constant. We are the inconstant. When it appears not to be present, it is us who have turned away. We need only turn back. Or continue turning. Either way, we will eventually be able to see it once again, for it has not left. There are only a few that dare to open their eyes. And often those that do are blinded by what they see. But the light is neutral, loving, patient, forgiving, and always ready to accept our return. Always. I am more than just fortunate to be living my purpose. I share reconnective healing. I teach reconnective healing. I eat, drink, and breathe reconnective healing. And I discover more and more what reconnective healing is each and every day. That it's not about just having what we think of classically as healings that are mental and physical and emotional and spiritual. That it's not just about fixing something, but that it's about human evolution, life progress. And we are here to have it. And my dream, you are my dream, realizing itself. A dream that we are all driven to help one another, not for personal reward, but simply for the reward derived from sharing, healing with one another. A dream that we, each and every one of us, are compelled to bring healing to one another. Not compelled because we believe it will make us special, unique, but compelled because we realize that everyone is special, and therefore no one is special. A dream where the word healer brings up not our insecurities, but our inner centeredness. A dream where the recognition of ourself as a healer brings up not our reluctance, but our desires, not our indifference, but our passion, not our concepts of lack and limitation, but our knowingness of our own abundance, not our illusions of weakness, but rather our recognition of our strength and our eternal essence. A dream where the concept of healing allows us to no longer strive to direct and control, yet instead allows us to dance in the freedom with the unknown. To dance in freedom with the unknown. To find certainty in the sea of chaos and infinite potential. A dream that we recognize that our rewards come from stepping into our own internal power and recognizing that we ourselves are more than abundantly enough, instead of looking to find more of ourselves in things external. A dream that we recognize ourselves as love, and therefore no longer feel the need for protections because we no longer exist in fear. A dream that we recognize ourselves as light, and as such, we no longer fear darkness, for we know that darkness doesn't exist, that darkness is only an absence within us. It is us merely having forgotten that we are light. You know, many of you are familiar with the book Solomon Speaks on Reconnecting Your Life. I want to share one small quote with you. If you want to find it in the book, it's on page 69 in the English version. You are enough. Trust that. Every day, trust that. When you wake up, trust that you are enough. You don't have to be more than you are. Let go of the struggle for more. You have a profound purpose that will be revealed to you. That's why you have to be alert to the greatness within you, because it's being called upon. Learn how now profound your life force is. Profound. Feel that. Now become that. Reconnective healing, for me, more than a dream. Anything but crazy. Reconnective healing is reality being realized at last. Reconnective healing. Life progress. Have it. We will be back in 15 minutes. I have more I want to share, and I also want to get into some of your questions. See you soon.